today's video is one that I probably didn't think I was going to do, but it is a haul video. We've just got back from a trip from London for a long weekend. We sort of went up as Darren's birthday treat because his birthday's in the week. So this is what we had booked and planned. I was going to initially vlog it, but then actually I was like, I really just want to enjoy this time together. I don't want to have to be worrying about getting my camera out. I want to really be in the moment, and I'll try and insert pictures here and there if I can, where sort of appropriate, but yeah, I just didn't want to have to worry about it, and the weather was awful. I didn't want to have to whip my camera out in the rain, and because I know then Darren would have got annoyed, and I just wanted to make this a really smooth, easy weekend. So I wanted to show you the few bits that I picked up from London. Some of these are Darren's items, but I thought I'd show you anyway. We didn't go crazy, and most of the stuff we bought was food. And I'm going to show you a couple bits, but I'll talk you through our trip to London, so as like a London recap, shall we say. So Friday we got to our hotel, we stayed at the Hub, which is part of the Premier Inn at Monument. It's about a 4 or 5 minute walk from the station. We've stayed there before, we quite like it. Very basic but really good. It was like £135 for 3 nights or something, I want to say, and it's clean, and it's all we needed really, considering we were out most of the day. That's all we wanted. Think of it as like a uni flat accommodation, but a nice uni flat. That's how I thought. If I can find a picture from the last time we went, I'll try and include it here. But yeah, so we dropped off our bags, just settled in a little bit, and then I think we went to Piccadilly. We love going to Piccadilly Circus. We always have to check out Fortnum and Mason. We just love it there. We love the food and the little bakery section. I always like to pop into Cath Kidston because it's the flagship store. And I was really good at not buying anything. There is one item which is desperately on my wish list, and I'm just like, do I want to get this, or could I put the money towards that? And that's what I was thinking as we were going along, because what I do want is a big ticket item, and I could either save and get that, or I could spend my money on small little things that maybe I don't necessarily need, and that was my thought process this time around. So yeah, we went into Fortnum and Mason's, we had a looked around. I really recommend, if you're in London, to go to the department stores. Selfridges, Harrods, Liberties. We did, like I said, Fortnum and Mason's, we did Harrods, we looked in Liberties, and it's just a really cool experience to go, especially at Harrods, to walk through with all the fancy bags and the jewellery, and especially to see all the food. So we did get a few things from Fortnum and Mason. We always like to get macaroons there. I think they do some of the best macaroons. We got a little box of 7. I think I've got the box somewhere, which I kept because I wanted to put some things in it. So we picked out 7 macaroons, and they came in this box. I think it was like £12 for 7, but they are just so delectable. If you're looking for a little treat, this is super divine. And I kept this because I want to put some of my sewing threads in it. But yeah, so we got 7. I'm not quite sure if in the past we have got less. This was just sort of how their lowest starting price that they advertise, but you could probably pick out a couple less if you wanted to. And inside it says delicious to the last crumb and life's sweeter with a macaroon, and so yeah, that's what it looks like. I'll insert a picture of what they look like. I always go for chocolate, red velvet, vanilla. Darren went for things like rose, peanut butter, creme brulee, that kind of thing, but they're super nice. So we got those. He also got another little cake, and then we picked out these 2. Got the receipt here, let's have a look. Yeah, the macaroons were £12.95. He got what they call a cannelli, Canal, I'm not quite sure. That was £2.90. It's like a little cakey type thing. He got this bar of chocolate, which is milk chocolate filled with passion fruit, and it's Fortnum and Mason branded, so if you wanted to get them as like a gift, it's a cute little idea. Is pricey, £6.95, but we love to treat ourselves when it comes to things like sweet items. And then I got this, which is their loose bark. This has marshmallows in it and it's just milk chocolate, and this was £5.85. So again, very pricey for a fairly small bar of chocolate, but it's something that we can save, and then when we're having a little moment in the evening we can eat it and remember our little London trip. So got those. So like I said, we went to Fortnum and Mason, we went to Cath Kidston, and then we took the tube down to Tottenham Court Road and we went to Foyles. If you don't know what Foyles is, it is pretty much one of the best bookstores in London. It's over like 5 floors. It's really, really amazing, and I always like to go and visit there when we go. And I did pick out a few books. I did finish my book whilst I was there that I took with me to read, so I needed something else obviously, but I did get a few. This one I saw advertised at the Waterstones in Piccadilly Circus. I'll insert a picture because I actually took a picture of the display, and it's for this one, which is what I'm gonna probably read next, possibly. This is Tangerine by Christine Mangan, and from what I can gather, it said it was something, yeah, the girl on the train meets the talented Mr. Ripley under the Moroccan sun. So I'm guessing it's got a bit of romance, a thriller aspect to it. But yes, excited to read that. So got that one. I also picked up this one, which I was super excited to see. This is Murder on the Orient Express by Agatha Christie. I don't actually think I own this book, but nonetheless I was like, that is a gorgeous cover and I need it. It's published by HarperCollins, and look how gorgeous this edition is. It's got like that gold reflective foiling on it, and it's just so pretty. And like I said, I don't actually think I've read it. I've read The Blue Train, and they had a whole massive section of Agatha Christie books, some really beautiful editions. It was like a whole shelving unit worth of Agatha Christie, and I was like amazed. So got that. And then the other book I got was this one. This is by Stuart Turton, and this is The 7 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. This has just won a Costa Book Award, I believe, and it's about a lady that, I believe it's about a lady that dies, this guy has watched this lady die hundreds of times, and each day Aidan Bishop is too late to save her. So basically he sees this murder every day, and it's his he needs to try and break this spell of like Groundhog Day in a way. So I thought that'd be interesting. It's won a Costa Book Award, so I thought I would pick that up. So that's what we did on Friday, and then we went and ate. We went to Leicester Square, I believe, and ate in TGI Fridays. It wasn't that great an experience at TGI Fridays. We've definitely had better experiences, sadly. But yes, that's how we went. And Saturday, we were going to go to Madame Tussauds, but it was just way too busy. I was pretty ill Friday night into Saturday, so I wasn't in the mood to get up early for it. So we took our time. We ended up going to Oxford Circus and going down Oxford Street, and we went to Topshop, Urban Outfitters. Darren got something from some shorts from Nike. I got 2 pieces from Topshop, and they are both by this brand called Estella Bartlett. I love the Topshop on Oxford Street for unique jewellery because they have lots of little concessions. That is the brand, and I got 2 pieces which I'm both wearing. The first one were these little hoops. I don't know if you're going to be able to see. I've really been wanting tiny little hoops for the longest time, and these have little like little studs in them, like stones, and They're sterling silver. They were pricey, they were about £20, which was probably more than I wanted, but actually I love them, and I'm really glad that I got them, and hopefully because I did pay that bit more, they're going to last a bit longer. And then the other thing I got, which was also around £20, was this necklace, and it kind of matches. It's just a really simple little circle with, again, little studs in it, and again, it's a very simple item, and I'm hesitant to buy things like that for myself because I think, is it too much for something so simple? But again, I've worn it every day since, and I really, really like it. I think it's a piece that would just go with everything. So I got those. Obviously, we had to go into Lush and the Body Shop. I'm going to save my Lush stuff to the end to show you because it's going to have glitter everywhere. And I might even just segue to when I open them in the bathroom and just insert clips because I don't want to get glitter all over my couch here. So I'll show you what we got from the Body Shop first. These were sort of Darren's items, but we'll probably share them. He got 2 shower gels. He got the rose one, the British Rose, and strawberry. We did get a lot of shower gel around Christmas and in the sales. We've gone through quite a few of those already, so I couldn't begrudge him on his birthday weekend getting these. And then he also loves the banana scent. We got a shower gel in it a while ago, and they didn't have anything like that. They just had shampoo and conditioner, so that is what we got. They are pretty pricey. It's not something I necessarily encourage him to get, but the scent is really nice, and I did use it on my hair over the weekend and it felt pretty nice and nourishing. So a little treat item, shall we say, but probably not going to be a constant repurchase. So I will go through the Lush items I got. The first one was Yellow Submarine Bath Bomb. I think this is in their current, like, permanent line. I really wanted to visit the one on Oxford Street, and it was massive, but it wasn't like so crowded you couldn't move. It was quite nice. So got that bath bomb. And does it say what scents are in it? No. Well, it's got orange, lemongrass, lots of citrusy scents. So I tend to go for more citrusy scents. The next one is Peachy Bath Bomb, which is part of their Valentine's Day collection, and this is like a peachy scent. It looks like a peach, so that's pretty cool. And then the final one I got was Goddess Bath Bomb, which is the infamous, like, inspired by Ariana Grande, I think. Really bright purple, lots of sparkle on it, and I just thought it smelled really nice actually. I can't really describe it, but it's a very, it says it's got like jasmine, sandalwood, oud, rose oil. So slightly different from what I'd normally go to, but I think that would be quite nice to use. So got those. And then Saturday night we went to Westfield at Shepherd's Bush. We were going to go to this little putting place, like mini golf place, but again, super busy, so we didn't bother. We looked around Shepherd's Bush a little bit, went in the high-end shops, and it was quite nice to just have a look around. And we ended up eating in Bill's, which I think I've been to once before in Cardiff, and we went in there and it was probably the best meal we had. I had a macaroni and cheese, Darren had a steak, we had a really lovely cocktail each, and the dessert was like so good. It was a banoffee sundae. It was sublime. So that's, I think, all we did Saturday, I want to say. We also went into Liberty's and Victoria's Secret off of Oxford Street, but I think that was the majority of places we went. We walked down Bond Street, again looked at some of the fancy shops, and we did like go back to our room and relax before we went out to Shepherd's Bush. And then Sunday we again took it easy and relaxed. We went to Harrods. I don't think I've ever actually walked properly around Harrods, not that I can remember, maybe as like a really young child, but again it was really cool to go to all the different levels, and we treated ourselves again to some more food. We had a cronut each. I've not tried a cronut. I don't think Darren had ever even heard of a cronut. I initially got this like galaxy looking one and Darren got a Nutella one. We ended up swapping because it turned out that the Galaxy one was like lemon flavoured, and that is not my thing, and Darren actually enjoyed that better than the Nutella one. It wasn't brilliant. I probably just would have preferred an actual donut. It was a little bit too much pastry and not enough like cream in it. We got those. Again, it's just a nice little decadent treat. And then we also got some cakes. They have a really sublime cake counter. You have to take a ticket, and they have all these massive cakes and little cakes and things you can take away. I will insert a clip of what we got because I don't want to get it all out. Darren got like a little cake, which is going to be his like birthday cake, and then we also got some cupcakes. So I believe I got a Oreo one, a brownie one, just a normal vanilla, and a Ferrero Rocher one, and we're going to share those. So again, that was really cool and another little different experience, and something we probably would do again. So got those. We then went and looked around Covent Garden for a bit. Again, it was really busy, and the weather, it wasn't great all weekend. So and bless Darren, his back was hurting a lot this weekend, so I tried to keep it minimal, the amount of walking we did, but we did look in a few shops there, and again I was pretty restrained. And then we decided to go back to Piccadilly Circus, and we went into Waterstones. Again, I would totally recommend that as a bookshop stop. It's about, again, 4-5 floors, and really nice, pretty quiet on some of the upper levels, and they had a really nice cafe. It can get quite busy, and it's quite a small little cafe, but we managed to get a seat, and Darren was able to sit there whilst I had to look around at all the books, so he was pretty pleased with that. And it was just really nice. We just chilled for a couple of hours there, and then we had dinner at Prezzo's just off of Piccadilly Circus, and that was really nice. And then we came home for an early sort of night in, watched Dancing on Ice, and that was pretty much all our weekend. I did get some more books in Waterstones. I just went a bit book crazy, which I shouldn't have because I've got a ton of books to read, but I couldn't help myself. Books are my weakness, and all 4 of these books, pretty much all the books I picked up are like crime, murder mysteries. So again, made a little trip to the Agatha Christie section, and I saw this edition from HarperCollins. This is $4.50 from Paddington, and again, just another gorgeous edition. They did have another one, I think it might have been the Blue Train, but seeing as I already had that, I was hesitant to pick up that edition. But I've not read this one, so I could justify getting it. It's in like a gorgeous claret and blue colour, again with that shiny foiling. I think these are really pretty, and I'd love to see what other designs they do in this hardback edition. I then got Closed Casket by Sophie Hannah. She's the one taking on the Agatha Christie books now. I have another book from her that I haven't actually read yet, but again, this was assigned by the author book, so I really couldn't help myself, so I thought I'll pick that up whilst I'm here. And then I got this one. They had a whole little display, and this I thought I'd quite enjoy. This is Murder, She Wrote, Majoring in Murder. So it's based off of like the little TV series, and it's about obviously this, I don't even think she's a detective, but she's Jessica Fletcher, who's the main person, is at a college, but she ends up being caught up in a tornado in the town, and these 2 guys are going after this twister, and one of them dies, and it just follows on that, I guess. And then the other one was this one, which Darren pointed out, and it's Death in a Cold Climate by Robert Barnard. The front of the cover really sold me, and looking at the back I can see I picked up a little bit of a gnarled edition of it, which is sad, but the front cover of it is super pretty. And yes, it's about a boy that goes missing, and it's not until 3 months later that his body is found, and they try and discover what happened to him. So yes, got that. So that is all that we got in London. Just a little video, but I hope you enjoyed it, and yes, I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.